Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're looking at Principle 3, component-level files, and the power of the minifile. We are going to unlock some massive plant efficiencies by completely rethinking how maintenance data is organized. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Would you ever trust a doctor who files medical records by neighborhood? Just imagine walking into a clinic and the receptionist tells you, well, we actually keep all the records for everyone who lives on the north side of town in one giant folder. You'd walk right out, right? I mean, there is absolutely no way they'd be able to find your specific medical history in that mess. But you know what? This is exactly what so many industrial plants do with their equipment history. They lump everything together into these massive building-wide or system-wide files, completely ignoring the specific historical needs of individual pieces of equipment.
This brings us to a real clash in filing philosophies: system-level files versus component-level files. A lot of plants rely on what we call FAT files. These are system-level files, and sure, they're super easy for a planner to just toss a completed work order into. Everything for, say, the entire liquid waste system just goes into one giant bucket. But here is the fatal flaw. It's practically impossible to retrieve specific data later. Imagine hunting for a single clarifier drain valve record buried underneath 250 massive work orders. It's literally a needle in a haystack. On the flip side, we have skinny files, component-level files. Now yes, it definitely takes a bit more care to file the information initially, but it makes finding that specific data incredibly easy when you actually need it.
So why is this retrieval so absolutely crucial? Well, it comes down to the 50% rule. Look, a lot of people operate under this illusion that maintenance is always some completely novel adventure, that a crew is constantly facing brand new, unique problems and never works on the same thing twice. But that's just not reality. Equipment needs repetitive attention over the life of a plant. The 50% rule tells us that for any given job, there's at least a 50% chance of finding one or two previous work orders from the past couple of years. When a planner can easily pull up the last 3 work orders for a specific machine, they can see exactly what parts were missing last time or what unexpected hiccups popped up. It instantly puts the current job on a steep learning curve.
To capture that history efficiently, we use Principle 3 and its ultimate solution, the minifile. A minifile is exactly what it sounds like. It's a file made exclusively for an individual piece of equipment the very first time it's maintained, or ideally, the moment it's purchased. The name minifile is highly deliberate here. It conveys the strict understanding that this file never ever groups multiple pieces of equipment together. It's an exclusive, dedicated home for one single component's history and nothing else.
And look, this principle is universally applicable no matter what kind of tech you're using. Principle 3 dictates component-level files for both paper and computer databases. Whether you're working with old-school physical manila folders or some highly sophisticated digital database, the underlying philosophy is exactly the same. You have to file so that the information can actually be used by planners and technicians. The goal isn't to just hoard data in a digital or physical vault. The goal is to actively leverage it to make future work better. So, the crucial point is how this organizational shift directly impacts your facility's bottom line. Take a look at these 2 financial scenarios. In scenario A, you have a planner using those easy-to-file FAT files. They don't have the time to dig through 250 system-level work orders, so they plan the job completely blind, without historical context. The crew repeatedly repairs a troublesome valve for $1,000 a pop. Ouch. But in scenario B, using a minifile, the planner pulls the specific component history in mere seconds. They immediately spot the pattern. Wait a minute, the last 2 times we worked on this, it cost $1,000 each time. I know I can just buy a totally different, way more reliable valve for $500. Minifiles empower your planners to make vastly better financial repair or replace decisions based on hard data. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer scale of the problem. Think about a single fuel oil service pump system for a large steam unit, the primary system for pressurizing and delivering fuel oil to the boiler burners. Just in this one single system, there are over 30 individual components. We're talking multiple pumps, control valves, 4 different strainers. If you just filed all of that under a broad fuel oil system folder, you'd completely bury the unique history of every single one of those 30 distinct parts.
Let's actually do the math here to reveal how massive this scale gets. That one fuel oil system had over 30 components, right? Well, each steam unit at this specific plant has about 100 different major systems, and this is a 5-unit power plant. So 30 components multiplied by 100 systems multiplied by 5 units, that is 15,000 individual component files. 15,000! Every single one of those distinct pieces of equipment desperately needs its own dedicated minifile.
If you don't have a highly structured way to handle that kind of volume, your maintenance data is just going to devolve into absolute chaos.
Navigating 15,000 individual files means you need an incredibly intelligent numbering system. You can't just use written names because, one technician's drain valve is another engineer's discharge valve. Consider a specific tag like N02-FC-003. This isn't random. It tells us precisely what and where this component is. North Unit 2, Fuel Oil Service Pump System, Strainer 003. Think of it like navigating a major city. You don't just get off the highway and hope you stumble upon a specific person. You need the neighborhood, the major street, the specific house number, and finally the driveway. This intelligent numbering is basically the exact pinpoint street address for your equipment.
Let's move to and see how this builds into a practical setup. Once you have your intelligent numbering established, step 2 is absolutely vital: matching field tags. You have got to hang matching physical tags right there on the actual equipment out in the field. This ensures that when operators write a work order, they tie it to the exact right number. That's the crucial link that lets the planner actually find the correct minifile later. From there, you set up open shelf labels, and finally, you maintain secure accessibility. So what does that physical setup actually look like? Well, if you want this to be user-friendly, first off, avoid closed file cabinets. Closed drawers just aren't inviting. They kind of discourage people from using them. Instead, use open shelves with easy-to-see side labels on the individual folders. Furthermore, place these files in a common area. Don't hide them away inside one planner's cubicle. Why? Because you actively want supervisors and plant engineers to self-serve. You want them grabbing the info they need for ongoing projects without constantly interrupting the planners who are trying to focus on future work. To balance this openness with security, simply route the access to this common area right through the planner's workspace. That way, you have a natural checkpoint so you know who's accessing the files, preventing critical data from wandering off. Which brings us to a final, thought-provoking question for you to chew on today. Is your maintenance data a black hole or a mini-file? If you're still relying on those easy-to-file fat files, your valuable maintenance history is continuously disappearing into a void. It's totally inaccessible when you actually need it to make smart, cost-saving decisions. It is time to ditch the system-level filing. Embrace the skinny files, the component-level files, the mini-files. By doing this, you're going to drastically transform your facility's organizational efficiency, turning every past maintenance lesson into a blueprint for future operational success. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this sparks a massive positive change in how you manage your essential data.